I used to think my best friend Emma would stand by me forever. We had been friends since we were 13. She helped me through school, heartbreaks, and tough days. When I got engaged to Lucas, she was the first person I called. She screamed with joy and hugged me like a sister. She even helped me plan the engagement party. Everything seemed perfect, but I never saw it coming. I never expected the person standing closest to me would be the one quietly working to destroy everything I was building. At first, it was little things. Emma would make strange comments like, "Are you sure Lucas is the one?" Or, "Marriage is a big deal, you know." I thought she was just being protective. After all, we were close. But then Lucas started acting distant. He wouldn't talk much at dinner, and sometimes he looked like he wanted to say something but held back. I asked him if something was wrong, and he said he was just tired. I wanted to believe him. I didn't know the truth was already staring me in the face. One night, Lucas sat me down. His face was pale, and his hands were shaking. He said, "I have to show you something, and I hate that I waited this long." He opened his phone and showed me messages. They were from Emma. At first, I thought it was a joke. But as I read them, I felt like I couldn't breathe. She was texting him things like, "You can do better than her," and "She's not ready for marriage." She was flirting, planting doubts, trying to break us apart. I stared at the screen in disbelief. My heart shattered, not just because of what she said, but because I had trusted her with everything. She helped me pick my dress. She listened to me cry when I was stressed about planning. She smiled in every photo at our engagement party, and the whole time she was talking behind my back to my fiancé. Lucas told me he never responded the way she wanted. He kept his distance, but he didn't tell me sooner because he didn't want to cause a fight between us. He didn't know how deep her betrayal really went. I wanted to confront her. I wanted to scream, ask her why, demand an answer. But then I stopped myself. Emma was smart. She would twist it, cry, act like I misunderstood, maybe even blame Lucas. I knew her tricks. So I decided not to attack. I decided to observe. I'd let her feel comfortable, feel safe, while I watched. I needed proof, something undeniable. So I started collecting it. I screenshotted messages, saved voice notes, and even asked a friend to help me record a conversation Emma didn't know was being watched. The more I dug, the worse it got. Emma told another friend that she was just waiting for the wedding to fall apart. She joked about how Lucas deserved someone more fun. She even tried to meet him alone when I was out of town. I kept my cool, but inside I was boiling. She wasn't just jealous. She wanted to ruin what I had because she didn't have it herself. She couldn't stand seeing me happy. But instead of letting her win, I started planning something of my own, something she would never expect. I decided to throw another party. I told Emma it was a wedding update dinner to thank friends and share good news. She loved the idea. "I'll help you plan it," she said. The nerve she had amazed me. She smiled, not knowing what was coming. I invited all our close friends. Everyone who had seen us grow up together. Everyone she lied to. I told them it would be a small, private event. And it was, but not in the way she thought. This wasn't a celebration. It was a reveal. Quiet, controlled, and unforgettable. The day of the party came. The table was set, candles lit, soft music playing. Everyone arrived smiling, laughing, sipping wine. Emma wore a bright dress and acted like she was the star of the night. She gave toasts, told stories, hugged Lucas like she always did. Little too long. I smiled at her, even though every second made my skin crawl. When dinner was done, I stood up and thanked everyone for coming. "I have a video to share," I said. Emma clapped, thinking it was a slideshow of our engagement. The screen lit up. First, it showed sweet pictures of me and Lucas. Then the tone shifted. The messages appeared. Her voice recordings played. A video of her leaning too close to Lucas. At the bar rolled. The room went silent. No one moved. Emma froze. Her smile dropped. She looked around, hoping it was a prank. But it wasn't. This was the truth, raw and real, out in the open. I looked her dead in the eyes. I didn't need to say anything, I said. You did it all yourself. She stood up, red in the face. You set me up, she shouted. I nodded calmly. No, Emma, you set yourself up. I just showed people who you really are. She turned to leave, but the damage was done. Our friends looked at her like they didn't know her anymore. The girl who once smiled so brightly had been exposed as the one holding the knife behind my back. She didn't even try to explain. Maybe she knew there was no way to clean this up. She just walked out, her heels clicking on the floor. After she left, no one said much. A few friends hugged me. One said, I always felt something was off. Another apologized for not seeing it sooner. I didn't need sympathy. I needed closure, and I got it. That night, I sat with Lucas under the stars. We didn't talk about Emma. We talked about our future. What kind of home we wanted. How we'd spend our honeymoon. The air felt lighter. The silence peaceful. It was like a storm had passed, and all the noise had finally settled down. In the weeks after, Emma tried to fix her image. She messaged people, made excuses, even posted fake quotes about growth and forgiveness online, but no one bought it. The truth had already spread. People saw her for who she was. She was no longer invited to brunches or girls' nights. Her spotlight had gone dark. I didn't celebrate her fall. I didn't need revenge. I just needed honesty. And that's exactly what I gave everyone, including her. You can't build friendships on lies and expect them to stand when the lights come on. Some people asked if I missed her. I thought about it. I missed who I thought she was, the girl who held my hand during breakups, who stayed up all night helping me study. But I realized that person was never real. Or maybe she was once, and jealousy changed her. Either way, I wasn't grieving her anymore. I was healing. I was growing. I was learning that sometimes losing someone is the beginning of getting back to yourself. And I liked who I was becoming, stronger, quieter, and much wiser. Lucas and I moved forward. The wedding came and went, and it was beautiful. Small, real, filled with love. No drama, no fake friends, just laughter and dancing and the promise of something new. When we said our vows, I looked into his eyes and knew we had survived more than most couples face before marriage. But that made us stronger. Trust wasn't just a word between us. It was a bond, a choice. Every day. And I was proud of us. We didn't let someone else's bitterness break what we were building. Sometimes I look at the old photos with Emma and wonder if she ever regrets it. If she thinks back to that night and realizes what she lost. I don't know. And I don't need to. Because I let her destroy herself. Not out of cruelty, but out of truth. All I did was shine a light. The rest was her doing. That's the thing about lies. They can only live in the dark. Bring them into the light and they vanish. Just like her. So yes, my best friend tried to ruin my engagement. And no, I didn't scream, didn't fight, didn't beg. I simply turned the tables and let her show everyone who she really was. Not by force, but by fact. And in the end, she lost everything she was trying to steal. Meanwhile, I gained something stronger than revenge. I gained peace. I gained truth. And I walked into my new life not with anger, but with clarity, strength, and the man who chose me fully, even with the world watching.